Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 75950. This is Aragog's Lair, the smallest of the Harry Potter sets released as part of the 2018 kind of reboot of the theme, or revitalization. It contains 157 pieces for $14.99 in the US, which isn't a bad price per piece there, and introduces several, I guess this specifically doesn't introduce them, but it includes several of the new parts that were introduced for the theme, as well as 2 minifigures and a new build for Aragog. It's a small little set, nothing crazy, and I did pick this up because it was on clearance for $5, at which price I would be happy with just about anything, but hopefully the build here turns out pretty cool. With the set all built up, we can see that there's 2 builds that are relatively similar in size. I think Aragog probably uses a couple more of the pieces, but there's also this relatively substantial section of the Dark Forest, which is pretty well done. It's just this little tree, but they did put some good detail into it. I like the spider hanging down using one of these paddle pieces with the stud on it. That's a pretty cool little, very simple but very effective build. A little mushroom here doesn't use the mushroom printed radar dish piece, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it still looks like a mushroom, and that works fine. I got some little foliage using some of the newer plant pieces, which is nice. Another spider web over here with another black spider this time. And around the back, we've got this one little gray area, which looks a little bit weird. I mean, the colors aren't bad, but just the roundness of it is a little bit odd. And then we've got this other leaf piece back here, which just helps fill out a little bit of the foresty nature. And it could use some more leaves on the top, I think, to make it look more like a tree. But for just some, foliage in the background of this scene, I think that this works fine. And this sticking out here is just part of a flip fire missile, and it basically just shoots out a spider web, which is printed on radar dish. So I guess maybe this is where their radar dish printing budget went to. But this was brand new for this set, and it was since reused in one Spider-Man set. But there are also 3 extra little spiders. These are the newer design of spiders that was introduced for the City Jungle theme. I don't know if black was new for this set, but this color definitely was. And there are 3 of the medium dark flesh ones and 2 of the black ones included throughout the whole set. And this is the 3rd brick build version of Aragog that we've gotten. This is the first one, obviously, from the newer 2018 Harry Potter theme. But they've done 2 of them in past waves of sets from Harry Potter. I think this one is the best looking, though. I think the other 2 are black, or more black than this one. This one really focuses on the dark brown, which works really well. There's just a little bit of black, which is used mainly for pieces that are, used for hinging things, which maybe that's a little weird that we've got so much black in those specific places, but it's not too bothersome. We've got the abdomen here, which has a little bit of tan showing through, but otherwise it's a nice shape. These were actually introduced in this color, the dark brown ones of these 2x3 wedge slope curved things. There are 2 of them here, just front and back, and they were reused in a 2019 Harry Potter set, but that section can be angled up and down a little bit, and it looks pretty good. It's a good shape for it. You got the 8 legs, which all of the legs can be moved up and down. These front ones are on those curved 1x1s with the bar at the end, and you can also turn them forward and back. So you can get some really good poses with the legs, like you can bring legs up if you want. But I kind of just prefer leaving them in this regular sort of state. The midsection is basically just to hold all that. You'd have a slider plate here, so if you get really close to the ground, which you can do, then you won't go down too far and break stuff. The eyes here are actually slightly angled upwards because they're on a hinge brick, because they have to rest on top of this almost small steering wheel piece, which is what they use to get the angles for the fangs and the feeler things. And you have 4 of these eye pieces, which were newly designed for this set and remain exclusive so far, at least, and those look really good and get a good design going for Aragog and his face area especially. I think this is a really good look for a large spider. And the set also comes with Harry Potter and Ron Weasley in their outfits that are appropriate for the scene. Both of these torsos actually only otherwise appear in the Hogwarts Express, which is a little bit of an odd place for them, as they would have made a little bit more sense in the Whomping Willow set, I think. Because these are kind of the clothes that they wear during that scene. But, whatever. Harry Potter comes with a new candle piece, which this is the first time I've gotten my hands on one. It almost looks like a battleship peg, and it's got a hole that runs all the way through, as well as a bar on the other side, and you can stick bar-sized things in the top. You would be able to attach two of them together. I don't have two to show you, but it would create basically a seamless pull, and it's got a nice flame piece on the top, which again has a bar-sized hole with a mini peg underneath it, and that's just held by the figure here. And Ron comes with another new mold for the Harry Potter theme, which is this lantern, which just fits a 1x1 round brick on the inside, and it looks really good. It's a good piece, well designed. And other than that, you can see their torso prints underneath. They both have wands. They're different colors, so you get an extra of each of the dark brown and regular brown. And their faces underneath are both pretty good for their characters and appear in pretty much all of the Year 1 sets that are based off of either Sorcerer's Stone or the Chamber of Secrets. And I like the use of this Luke Skywalker hair in dark orange for Ron, particularly. And the new Harry Potter hair mold is pretty good. I think that Ron's a little bit more interesting, as Harry Potter's does appear in the CMF series. Ron's does not, at least not this mold of it. But, both of their alternate facial expressions are good, and the printings on the fronts and backs of their torsos are pretty well done as well. And definitely do a good job representing the outfits from this scene. Overall, I think that this is a good set to do at the $15 price point for Harry Potter. Obviously, they could have thrown Aragog into a Hagrid's Hut set, but that would only drive up the price of Hagrid's Hut and just drive up the price of an Aragog if anybody wanted to buy one. And, I think that this is a nice starter set for the theme. You get two of the main characters, you get really good figures for those two characters. You get this Aragog build, which is pretty cool, even for non-Harry Potter fans. It's just a nice spider build. And then you get this cool little additional forest. There's some good parts in here with the candle and the lantern. Also the new spiders as well. Those are nice to get here. Don't have too many complaints, and I think that the $15 price point is very reasonable. Feels like you get $15 worth of stuff here. And the level of detail on this stuff for $15 is really good. Maybe you could argue that it's a little bit small. Maybe this should be a little bit more substantial, but I think for level of detail, again, it's a good value. And, I don't really have a problem recommending this at full price for fans of Harry Potter. If you're not a fan of Harry Potter and you see this on sale, for $10, I think Amazon had it for that price for a little while. That's a good price, and I would recommend picking it up. Some interesting pieces, as well as some nice figures. And the best thing about the figures is that their parts aren't really Harry Potter specific, so you could use those for standard flesh minifigures for anything, which is nice to do, or nice to be able to do. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.